Just the other day, I received a letter with a wedding picture enclosed. The groom was one of my kindergarten students from over 30 years ago. He wanted me to know how important I was to him when he started school. One of the reasons I became a teacher was to make a difference in the lives of students. Teaching on the East Coast for over 40 years defined who I was and what was important to me, and I continued teaching when we moved to Arizona. In the summer of 2017, I felt ill from head to toe. I never felt this way before. I had digestive issues and my belly was distended. I went to my gynecologist and asked him to take a good look at my belly. Something wasn't right. I looked 6 months pregnant. And at 64 years old, wasn't working. As I was ushered out of the exam room, he said, "This is out of my realm of expertise." He said I should see a gastroenterologist who would order a scan. In hindsight, I should have said, "Why can't you order it?" I felt unheard and unimportant. And by the time I saw the gastro doctor a week later, I looked 9 months pregnant and needed a cane to walk. A CT scan confirmed I had stage 4 ovarian cancer. Could this really be happening to me? How could I get cancer? I was an exercise fanatic, a strict vegetarian. I even attended vegan cooking classes at the hospital years before my cancer developed. With this diagnosis, how could I continue as an elementary school teacher? I qualified for an immunotherapy clinical trial. The drug would be administered along with the chemo, followed by a 2-year maintenance phase. Journal writing has always been important to me. I began writing in it every day after my diagnosis, and still do. My first entry, "I'm gonna kick cancer's ass." When my treatment started, I told my oncologist I had to go to New England for Thanksgiving. Everyone I hold near and dear was back there, and just 2 weeks after surgery that opened me up from sternum to groin, I was determined to get there. Equipped with mask and gloves, I was ready. And it wasn't even COVID. The trip was painful, but emotionally uplifting. Family's the best medicine. They're the main cog in my village wheel. After the holidays, I developed a hernia and a second surgery was scheduled. Before being wheeled into the operating room, I reminded the doctor about a cyst that had shown up on an earlier scan. It turned out that the cyst was attached to my appendix, and the surgeon found early stage appendiceal cancer. 2 cancer diagnoses. I was devastated. There's a wonderful sign in the chemo room stating what cancer cannot do. It cannot shatter hope. It cannot silence courage. It cannot invade the soul. It cannot dissolve faith. It cannot conquer the spirit. I read that sign during every chemo treatment. It made me cry until it didn't. That's when my drive to help and support others, to have empathy for them kicked in, and I launched my free-spirited second act. I volunteered at the Virginia Piper Cancer Center, modeling for cancer awareness. I raised $1,300 for the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition as a solo walker in Together in Teal. During the pandemic, I've been holding signs of support outside chemo rooms at treatment centers. It's fulfilling when patients, family members, and staff tell me the signs make a difference. But what they don't know is how uplifting it is for me. Cancer has brought out the teacher in me. I joined fellow survivors speaking directly to medical students in a program called Survivors Teaching Students. This global program through the Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance offers a survivor's perspective to future doctors. Our message is clear. Listen to your patients. They know their bodies best. After my cancer diagnoses, I went back to my gynecologist. I wanted to understand why he didn't care about my well-being. I needed to know, not just for myself, but for others. I needed to see him face to face. I trusted him for 11 years, and he wasn't there for me when it really mattered. That visit caused me to find my voice and include advocacy as another prong to my second act. We must be our own advocates. If things don't seem right, they probably aren't. We must remember, we have the right to speak up. No, we have an obligation to speak up. 9 months into the maintenance phase, the FDA stopped the trial. Following my mission of personal advocacy, I realized my treatment journey wasn't over. I remained proactive and asked questions. My oncologist suggested I consider HIPEC, hot chemo, an advanced treatment that reduces the recurrence risk of both ovarian and appendiceal cancer. And nearly 2 years ago, I had the procedure. Cancer has changed many things in my life. However, cancer has not changed who I am. During chemo, I promised myself to return to the gym and exercise every day. And I have. I listened to upbeat, inspirational songs. Katy Perry's Roar became my mantra. There's no going back to exactly who I was. There are some things I can't do. But I summon my inner strength and focus on what I can. My gym buddies tell me I motivate them to ask questions about their own health. They tell me I'm an inspiration. I think we inspire each other. I focus on what I can do for myself and others. I guess that's the teacher coming out again. When I was going through treatment, my friend made a sign for me with 6 power words. That sign helped me get out of bed each day, and still does. Now, I know you're at home, but I want you to repeat after me. Encouragement.
Encouragement.
Faith.
Faith.
Hope.
Hope.
Spirit.
Spirit.
Determination.
Determination.
Courage.
Courage.
My spirit gets me through each day with a purpose to help whenever I can. With cancer, the pain is inevitable, but the suffering is up to you. Get ready. You're gonna hear me roar!